Icon Industrial Services presents Kim Baccia.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming and for coming to Kim's Just Asking. I'm very excited about the show today, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling a little hip, a little snazzy with my new outfit here today. Sometimes I have a problem with fashion. I'm not quite the fashionista all the time. And I try to dress like I'm in my 20s, and yeah, that doesn't work very well. And then I thought maybe if I moved to my 30s, I could still kind of hang on to a little bit of that, style. And no, that doesn't work either. So, but today I felt like I did good. I got a new outfit. I'm feeling age appropriate, and I'm still feeling very stylish. So I'm hating the age thing. Not so much the number. I don't mind the number, but what I do not like is that my body's not agreeing with the way I feel on the inside. I feel young, I feel good, I feel hip, but yet I'm, achy and I'm feeling old on the outside. So, in fact, I went to, it's kind of funny what us women do to ourselves mentally. I go to this function the other day, and there was this girl sitting next to me or in front of me, and she was probably in her 30s, early 30s, and I looked down and I'm thinking, okay, I got on a pair of strappy sandals, I can handle it. Women tend to compare shoes sometimes. It's like a hobby. So I'm looking at her shoes, and then I noticed her feet. They were so smooth, and she had a nice pedicure, and I thought, I'm still okay. I painted my toenails before we came. Then I look down at my toenails and I see my heels, and I think, oh gosh, what is that? My heels were dry and chalky looking and even a little cracked compared to this girl's. And I was completely devastated, like, really? Now I have to worry about what my feet look like? Not enough that we worry about everything else, now we have to worry about the feet too. So anyway, it kind of made me a little aware of things, and it reminded me of a story when I went with my girlfriend to a plastic surgeon once. She was going to a plastic surgeon to get a consultation about getting some work done on the girls. Yeah, and so I went with her to be a little bit of support. And no pun intended on that one. I didn't. I know. Anyway, I went with her, and while I was there, I thought, let me ask a few questions for myself. And so I asked the doctor, hey, I says, doctor, little liposuction right here on the hips. What do you think about that? And he looked and he says, yeah. And I had this little brown dress about mid-thigh on, and he looked and he shook his head and he says, yeah, I think you could. And he says, and you know what? I can take a little bit out of those knees for you for free if you want. And I thought, what? My knees? What's wrong with my knees? I had never looked at my knees before, and now I absolutely hate them. I can't even look at my knees. You'll never see me in a pair of shorts ever since that day. And to be honest with you, I'm not liking him all that much either. Just saying. So anyway, it brings me to our next topic. I'm having a hard time with the aging, and so on the show today, I actually have a plastic surgeon coming on, and the one thing that I'm gonna fight tooth and nail until the end is wrinkles. And this doctor has a little procedure that can help you on that kind of thing, and I have a little sample for you in a clip that I'm gonna show you. So if you stay tuned, I think you'll get a great kick out of it, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
Inner Circle Canfield. Come and see why it's much, much more than a pizzeria. The 42-seat granite bar and 7 plasma HD TVs make this the best seat in the house to watch your favorite sporting events. The casual setting is perfect for family meals and get-togethers. Enjoy all the original IC favorites plus specialty pizzas, seafood specials, salads, and daily lunch and dinner specials. Dine in or carry out. Inner Circle Canfield. Before, during, and after the big games, it's the place where food and fun are endless.
CR Electric Incorporated is a locally owned 24-hour electrical contractor specializing in industrial and commercial work with the ability to do design build and PE engineering projects. Thanks to my friends at Window World, not only do they stand behind their windows, they stand on them. Visit the showroom on Southern Boulevard in Boardman or call 1-800-NEXT-WINDOW for your free in-home demonstration. Window World, Simply the best for less. Simcoe Management knows how to make an apartment feel more like a home. They are a locally owned and family-operated business providing superior customer service to their residents since 1962. For all your housing needs, you can visit them online at www.simcoe-apts.com. Simcoe Management, the area's finest in apartment living. Preston Hyundai Boardman is a proud sponsor of Kim's Just Asking.
Hello.
Hi.
Can I help you?
I have a 3:30 for Joan Rivers.
Excuse me?
For Joan Rivers.
Okay, I have some paperwork for you to fill out.
Okay.
You could do that for me?
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Here's a pen.
Okay. Thank you.
Joan Rivers? You want to come with me, please?
That's me. Hi.
Maybe I should get some collagen in my lips. I'm all of a sudden feeling like my lips are kind of, I can't do the pouty. I've never wanted bigger boobs, but now that I'm having them, I feel a little powerful.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm Brock, generalist. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And we're going to talk about some Botox today, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. And I understand you've never had this before.
Right?
So we kind of go over some of the basics before we go through with the treatment.
Okay.
Botox is a neuromuscular blocker.
Okay.
And what it does is it blocks the muscles in your face, in this case, from moving so that the skin over top can't crinkle and
Right.
make the wrinkles that some people don't like.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
That's not bad. Huh. I think my dog scratched me worse than that. Ooh, I heard a little crunchy. Now, when will I see results?
About 3 to 7 days. If you haven't had what you feel like a response within 2 weeks, I want you to call and come back and see us. If not, I want you to try to make it back by about 3 months so that we can see how well it's working and whether or not you need more.
Our next guest is a very good-looking man, and I'm not sure, if there's not something more to it, because he is a plastic surgeon in Boardman, and his name is Brock Generalowicz. I had so much fun on our clip, and
Sure.
I hope you weren't offended when I asked you if you had any malpractice suits.
No, not at all. It's a good question. You should ask.
Well, you know what? And this is for most people. They should be allowed to ask that, without offending the doctor, because the good criminals, don't look like criminals.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And so, when you look like you're not a criminal, we don't expect that,
Yeah.
but really you're the one we should be watching.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Generalowicz, I just saw not too long ago you had a billboard. Is that true?
We did when I moved back to the area.
Yeah.
It was a means of sort of introducing the practice back to the Boardman area and getting a little bit of recognition for some of the things that we do.
It was a great thing, and especially your name is such a memorable name, Generalovich. I love it, the way it rolls. But I saw that billboard, and that's how I got your name. And I wanted you to come on the show because I also had a friend that came to you, and her story was that you suggested that she didn't get the surgery that she went in for because you said she wasn't ready for it, she looked good without it, and you actually sent her away. So I really felt that you have some good values.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that, you weren't just trying to make a buck, and that you were, honest with her and sent her away. So you got another customer because I'm coming in for more stuff.
Well,
so.
I'll tell you, that's important. It's important to me that people recognize that.
Yeah.
We're very blessed in our practice. The practice has taken off over the last couple of years here, and I think it's important that people understand that we're being honest with them, and that you don't have to operate on everybody that comes through the door.
No.
So sometimes not operating on is the hardest thing for a surgeon to do.
Yeah.
Is nothing, and but.
Especially when they want you to do something.
Right, and I think that the allure of cosmetic surgery sometimes is a little bit more than what people understand, and it's not always the best thing for everyone. And what we try to do is listen very closely to what they're asking for, to make sure that the procedure that they want is the best thing for them. And sometimes it's not.
It's just
so.
not, no. Which everybody appreciates that. You don't only do cosmetic surgery. You do a lot of reconstructive surgery. You have a lot of cancer patients that you deal with as well.
Yes.
Mastectomies and
That's actually my favorite part of the practice, and that's what the group of physicians that brought me here from Cleveland brought me here mainly to do breast reconstruction, because we do that in a very modern way, offering all of the advantages that you'd have in either Pittsburgh or Cleveland or Akron, for that matter, in locally here in Boardman. So I think it was important, and I enjoy that part of our practice.
Wow. Well, it's funny that you say that because you say they brought you here from Cleveland, but you're from Pennsylvania originally, correct? So you're probably a good Steelers fan?
I am.
Yeah?
And that
so
was
what,
a big part
did you have to
coming
keep your mouth shut when you were in Cleveland, or
yeah,
what?
well,
You know?
we did. I'm not a real rah-rah fan, although my heart is black and gold. So
Okay.
I did have to watch myself. There was a lot bigger fans than I was, but it's a fun rivalry, and the Browns fans are very good fans.
Yeah.
And I sometimes wish they would win a little bit more so that they would be happier. But they're
But
very,
yeah,
very good
they're
fans.
bitter. They're bitter. Well, let's talk shop.
Sure.
The whole reason I wanted to bring you on here is because I'm 43. I wasn't going to admit it, but I'm 43. Am I 43? Honey, am I 43 or 44? Oh, I'm 44. I always forget. Okay, I've aged a year just in this segment. We're not doing well with aging at this point because we're just starting to get some wrinkles and we're not liking it so much. So I, like in the clip, I came in for the Botox because I get a lot of, the 11 you were calling it,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, I mean, I really like the Botox, but I heard my sister was upset and she says, you're getting poison injected into your head. Is that true?
That's a common misconception, and
Okay.
it's not poison. It's actually a purified form of the toxin, and the doses that we use it are not poisonous.
Okay, so it's okay.
Yes.
I'm not going to die.
No, you're not.
Okay, great. I figured you were pretty safe on that one, or
Yes.
you'd have a malpractice suit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
and then we'd
Yeah,
have a
sure.
couple of them. So, okay. Now another thing that we do around this age is a lot of people are getting collagen injections in the lips. Now, how can you see heel and they're like this? Is it because the doctor did too much,
Well,
or is that what they wanted?
Actually, we don't use collagen very much anymore.
Oh.
We actually use other fillers that.
Butt? Part of their butt?
No.
You take it out of the butt and put it in the lips? I've heard they do that. Do they do that?
Fat transfer is something that we use. It's not my favorite way of augmenting the lips because
Okay.
there's not
Because
as
then
much.
then they talk. I can't say dirty words, so I won't say it.
Yeah, no, there's just there's not as much predictability with the result.
Oh.
Most of our fillers now are based with hyaluronic acid products, and I mostly use Juvederm, but Restylane is another product, and there's a whole bunch of other fillers on the market, but we use different fillers that people are not allergic to or they don't have reactions to. We don't have to do skin testing or anything like that. You can come in and enjoy the products right away.
Okay, well, great. Because I want to get a little bit, because I'm noticing already that at 44, that gets so hard, my lips are already getting thinner. But I'm not even going to worry about that, because when I do the whole facelifting, that won't even matter, because then they'll be stretched a little thicker, correct?
Well, yeah, you're not ready for that procedure yet. And but as we age, the bulk of the face, the fat that sort of keeps the face buoyant,
Right.
starts to go away, and it happens in the lips. And you were asking before, is it sort of a technical problem when these women that kind of overdo it and look a little bit like a duck or a platypus or something like that? Yeah, I think sometimes that's
Bill Platypus.
yeah, it's a combination between what the doctor is willing to do for these folks and what they want. In some areas and cultures, that's a little bit more acceptable, and I'm not a big fan of that look. But recreating a more normal appearing, fuller lip back to, say, what it looked like 5 or 10 years ago is really nice, and it's pretty easy to do.
I know you guys work with the insurance companies, and when I spoke with Debbie, your office manager, she was very willing to check that out and see if what I was coming to you was covered by insurance. And I always think because you're a plastic surgeon, it's all cosmetic and that it wouldn't be covered. But if there's some issue.
Oh no, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's something that is very important to me that people understand.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, people think that when you come to the plastic surgery office that it's all a cosmetic or cash or out-of-pocket expense. And in the case of breast reconstruction, it's actually a federal law that all of the insurance companies have to pay for breast reconstruction if there's a mastectomy. And they also have to pay for us to change the contralateral side. So if a woman needs a breast reduction or she needs to have the breast lifted to match the reconstructed breast, they pay for all of that. It's a big thing with skin cancers as well. Folks think that if you're coming to the plastic surgeon, it requires payment out of pocket, or it's not covered by your insurance. And it's really kind of a horrible misconception, because there's a lot of fear that surrounds that, because obviously it would be expensive. And insurance covers all those things.
Well, that's what I always say to everybody, is that it doesn't hurt to ask.
Right.
So not to be afraid. You know, if you have some questions, you can always go in, and Debbie was really nice. And your whole staff was wonderful.
Thank
I just
you.
loved the office when I came in there
Thank
for
you.
my Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wonderful. But I
Good.
did really appreciate it, and I do appreciate what you do, because even though, you know, you get the stigma of just, you know, trying to make people beautiful, you do a lot of really good work.
Thank you.
And but on that beautiful note again, the Botox.
Yeah.
I just wanted to show the after effect, because I did a before, and I would like everybody to see that now when I'm yelling at my children and I say, no, don't do that, there are no 11s. Huh? Are you proud of that?
Yeah.
And you do Botox parties, don't you?
We do. It's a nice way for ladies to get together, and some men come, and it's nice because there's a pretty significant discount in the price, and ladies get together and they make it a fun night out.
They talk
usually,
about it all the time.
Yeah,
You
that's
know, but
nice.
we always go, oh, let's have a Botox party. It's like a funny thing, and we don't really think that they're real, but you'll actually do it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, we
okay.
do. When Botox was first introduced as a cosmetic product, they, in order to get people to come in to use it, that was one of their marketing techniques, and we've kind of gone away from that. Now, what a lot of ladies do, which I think is a lot of fun, is that they all come in, sort of stagger when they come in towards the end of the day, and then they all meet across the street at one of our wonderful restaurants, or you know, things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way. And so they kind of have a girls' night out, and they get this done, and then they all meet up and they have a drink and maybe have dinner together.
And then they never talk about it again, because what happens in Dr. Generalovich's office stays in Dr.
Without a
Generalovich's
doubt.
office.
Without a doubt.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I know you
Sure.
have to go and get to surgery, but I really appreciated it, and I had a lot of fun in your office with the Botox clip, and maybe I'll be back in for a little bit of the lip thing.
Okay, thanks
No-
for having
No
me.
duckbill platypus.
No,
though.
no.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much, and we're going to move on to our home segment with Vic.
We love our home.
We take pride in our home.
And since we got our new windows from Window World,
It's more comfortable in the summer.
It stays warmer in the winter.
Because of our Window World windows, our energy bills have gone way down, and the value of our home has gone up.
And our house is beautiful.
You'll notice a difference.
You'll notice a difference.
Not only do we stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
Be the best for less. Window World. That's Window World.
CR Electric Incorporated is a locally owned 24-hour electrical contractor specializing in industrial and commercial work with the ability to do design build and PE engineering projects. Thanks to my friends at Window World, not only do they stand behind their windows, they stand on them. Visit the showroom on Southern Boulevard in Boardman or call 1-800-NEXT WINDOW for your free in-home demonstration. Window World, simply the best for less. Simcoe Management knows how to make an apartment feel more like a home. They are a locally owned and family-operated business providing superior customer service to their residents since 1962. For all your housing needs, you can visit them online at www.simcoe-apts.com. Simcoe Management, the area's finest in apartment living. Preston Hyundai Boardman is a proud sponsor of Kim's Just Asking. Hey Vic, what you got going on today?
I'm just finishing hanging up your artwork.
Great. Did you have to use nails?
No, I actually use tape. This is so light. The material's so light.
Yeah.
All I needed was tape, so if we need to move them, there's no holes or anything to fix.
Well, that's what I kind of thought when I made them, but I wasn't sure. So I'm really glad that I don't have to put more holes in the wall because this is a lot of canvases.
Oh, it's perfect. It's a great idea.
Yeah, and I can hang up my kids' artwork when all their blue ribbons now. You
Right.
can see it all, right?
Beautiful.
I have a couple more that I'd like to make. Will you help me?
If you'll show me, I'll help you.
I will.
All right.
All right, Vic, what I have here today is some of this is my drop ceiling that I had up in the attic, and I cut
Okay.
it to size with an X-Acto knife.
So that's what
And-
that is on the, that's okay.
Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to get frames, but to buy that many frames would cost me a fortune, and you know me, I'm all about being cost effective.
Frugal.
So I made these, and the thing that I like about them is that you can switch the art quite often. Now this here is something that I do all my real paintings on and my artwork, but you can also use this as a canvas because it's about 1 inch thick or 1.5 inches thick, and you buy this in 8-foot sheets at Lowe's or Home Depot or any
Right.
home store. And I got to cut that down. So if you could possibly cut this for me, it's 12 inches, 12 inches.
Okey-doke.
And you can literally just cut through this with...
Just score it and snap it.
Yep.
It's like an old piece of drywall. or
Yeah,
something.
you might have to
Okay.
go a little more than a score, but
Yeah.
let's try it.
I got it.
Well, Vic, I didn't get to finish mine completely, but this is basically what you did. I squirted some black on it, I paint it, and then I'm just going to hang it up.
But
And
look
then-
what I did, though.
Well, wait, look.
Isn't mine nice?
If I wanted to put a piece of art, I could put it right here.
And now
I
you're
could
just
cut it.
pinning those, right?
I'm going to pin them on so that when I want to take them off, it's not as hard as with a real frame.
Right.
Because if you have to take them out of the frame and measure them up inside, whatever, it's too much work. But this one, I'm just going to take this painting, I'm going to put it down like that, and I am simply going to stick a straight pin in it. That way I could take this piece of art off when my daughter paints a new one.
So you can swap it out pretty quick.
Yeah, easy schmeezy, and I saved myself probably with all of these frames $1,000.
At least,
Yeah,
yeah.
easy. So, there
Did
we
you
go.
happen to see the one I did?
No, what, oh, look at you with your colors
Huh?
over here.
That's a
Very
little more
nice.
rustic.
I like the rustic look. That is so beautiful. And you did the side so it looks like a real canvas.
That's right, all out.
See, I don't think anybody needs to do anything more expensive than this. I think that this is just as beautiful. And then if you wanted to take a picture and you wanted to lay it right in the center, stick a couple pins, and look at how beautiful that is. High five to Vic.
I prefer mine over yours. Why is that?
Because it's prettier, I would say. Now, this is also something that you can use with this compressed styrofoam if you just wanted to let your kids do art on it.
Right.
And then it, you just paint the sides. You can hang it on the wall or set it on your countertop, and it's actually, instead of bending like a piece of paper would, just sits.
I really like the fact that this is almost air light.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
The kids can move it around.
And you
can
can
hang
stick
it on the wall with just tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
a
know.
great idea.
I know. I think I should
like
market
it.
this.
You did good.
I know. Thank you. Hi everyone. We're here at Angels for Animals, and again, I'm with two of my friends. This is Jake, and this is Leah, and they were kind enough to bring out some of their very cuddly friends today to introduce you that are looking for homes. Jake, who do you have on your lap?
This is Bo. He is about 12 weeks old.
He's 12 weeks old, and is this Bo's sister?
Yes, it is.
This is Lucy.
Yes.
I love Lucy. Lucy might not be available because she might just have to come home with me. Oh, look at the baby. And Leah, who is it that you have so precious over there checking us out? Sophie. Sophie? Oh, hi Sophie. And how old's Sophie? She's 3 years old. She's 3 and she really wants a home, huh? She was very playful earlier with you. She loves to play with kids. With kids? That's the best kind of addition to a family to have. Well, thank you so much for bringing your little furry friends out to visit us, and I'd like to tell everybody to microchip their pets, because if you lose them, you're the one that's going to be heartbroken, because if I find them, I might keep them. So be safe and spay and neuter your pets.